Oh, I'm live. I'm live. I'm live. I'm actually live from Chicago. Look at this. Okay, well, look at these plaques just sticking up all over my head. Child, I'm going to tell you, one of the most challenging things I had to deal with since I've been here is finding a hairdresser. And apparently, this is the third largest city in the country. So everybody do hair, but not everybody can do hair. You know what I'm saying? So it's been a challenge, but I ain't even mad at it because finding a good hairdresser, the person that's your person, is like dating. You gotta keep going. You gotta keep going. You gotta keep trying until you find a good match for you. So I haven't found that person yet, and I've had 3 hairdressers, but all of the experiences I've had have definitely been very memorable, and I really can't say that I regret any of them. So I'm just gonna keep trying or shave my head back off bald because I love that look, that feel on my head. But when it's growing out a little bit, then I started getting a little bit annoyed. But yeah, so I'm Te-Erika. I am 46 years old. I grew up on YouTube basically because I got on YouTube in 2007. That's almost 20 years now. And I was on here. I've been on here for a very long time. Some of you have been following me since then. Some of you found me around 2012ish when I moved to LA. And I welcome everybody. Thank you for following me and hanging out with me tonight. I'm live streaming. You can chat with me if you are a subscriber. You have to be subscribed for at least 10 minutes in order to chat with me. And send me some hearts, send me some likes, say what's up. And you can ask me anything. Thank you for the like. You can ask me anything as long as you ask it nice. I don't care what it is. What it is. I'm in my most comfy clothes that I have, and I'm just hanging out. And I'm going to tell some stories. I'm trying to talk for about an hour. Then you can use this later on to keep yourself company when you're cleaning up or when you're just riding in the car. Shout out to Curtis, who used to tell me that he loved listening to my live videos on his morning commute to work. And it made him feel comforted just to hear me talk about random shit. It didn't even matter. And I liked it. I'm like, okay, here you go. Listen. So what's going on with me? Oh, somebody's in the chat. So we got somebody talking. Let's see. The Storming Latter-day Saint. Oh, wow. I like that name. The Storming Latter-day Saint. Why are you storming? He said, hello there, gorgeous goddess. Oh, excuse me. Somebody called me God. I mean, beautiful on the street tonight. I was like, who, me? Oh my God. I've been feeling so invisible, lately. So it was nice to get acknowledged as like a human being. I just been trying my best to work my behind off. You see, we only got 5 more days left in the month. And as a full-time content creator, every day matters. Every piece of content matters, and you're gonna start seeing all of us pushing the content creators. We're pushing towards the end of the month so we can get that little last little views in, so our check can be a little bit fatter. I did pretty well this month, not as well as last month, but I did good enough. So I did good enough. So Charlie B said, "Oh my God, hey, what's going on?" He said, "Hey, Te-Erika, the Oracle predicted you be popping." He said he missed the jingles. What he's talking about is before I became Te-Erika with the T, I used to be Te-Erika the Oracle, and then I used to be a host of my own vlog, and I would make these insanely intricate vlogging videos about my life. Like I would show it off. I would have intros with original jingles to go with each of my chapters of my life, whatever city I was living in. And people could sing along, and they was very catchy, because I really like to. I'm a creative writer, so he's saying that's why he called me Te-Erika the Oracle, and he said he predicted I'd be popping. That was one of my lyrics for one of my songs I made. But yeah, thank you for coming by, Charlie. How you doing? Where are you? What's going on? This Latin say saying I storm the world with love for my fellow people. I love it. Okay, that's different. You storm the world with love. Okay, I hear you. I feel you. Oh, she said just like Jesus. All right, just like woo. What happened with the rapture? That was such a funny little thing that happened this week. If y'all missed it, a pastor out of South Africa predicted that the rapture was happening on Tuesday. Like he literally said, Jesus told him that he's coming back for his people on the 23rd and the 24th. That's what he said. So everybody was like, "Oh snap!" Some people was like literally, some people really took it seriously. They started giving away their stuff. They people in other countries were standing outside waiting for God to come and lift them up and stuff. And people like me was just sitting around like, "Wow, let's see what's gonna happen." Kind of like, how is the world gonna react to this? And imagine if it was the real end times, what would we be doing? I know I would be still making the same memes and posting. This is the one I posted. I thought it was hilarious. It didn't get that much traction, but I thought it was funny. Let's try to find it. Let me not show y'all the new stuff that's about to come out. Y'all don't need to see that new stuff that's about to come out. Let me see if I can find it. Nope, this came out today. Oh, here it is. This is what I posted. It say, "It's Rapture Day. Comment if God didn't want you either." That was so funny. I was dying laughing when I made it. I literally made that picture myself. We content creators, we got to come up with shit from scratch. And I really can think of jokes. I'm not a joking person, but that shit right there was so funny to me. God is mad, and the man is sitting there mad too because he didn't get to go. So I thought that was so funny. It didn't really go viral like I needed to, but it's okay because I be trying. I be sitting up here thinking, I do get to go viral, quite often. It's not every day, definitely not. For every viral post y'all see coming across y'all timelines, when I got all these 700,000, likes and stuff, and it's like 20 more that nobody saw because it didn't go viral, and that's okay because I'm still I feel like I'm like a basketball player. I be still in there dribbling, I be still in there shooting, and I don't all get into the little hole, the hoop, whatever the hole in one, whatever the basket. It don't all get in there, but I'm still shooting. And I'm keeping up with everybody else. You can tell the serious content creators because we creating every day. We create from scratch, like stuff that don't exist. We not just talking about what other people, showing other people's stuff. We creating our own stuff into this world, and I really admire the creators that creating new thoughts. Not ain't no really thought really new, but creating new stuff. For y'all to see every day. I consider it my duty and my privilege to be a blessing and to share and to entertain y'all every day. I look at it as entertainment. I'm like, let me entertain them today. What am I going to tell them today? Let me make sure to make them laugh today. Let me make sure to make them feel something today. And I make sure to do that several times a day. And thankfully, I was just telling my friend, because one of my other content creators that I like to follow, she just reached 100K on Instagram. And I was so impressed. I started crying because, all of the platforms are not created equally. I'll say out of every platform, Instagram is probably one of the hardest platforms to crack because people on Instagram, they used to following real celebrities that's on movies and, like real fame. So if you're not one of them people and you're not super beautiful, with the bad body, T body and all that, why would they want to follow you? Because they're like, bitch, no. So they're not trying to give you no likes. They're not trying to give you no follows on Instagram. It's so hard to crack it because they don't want to put you on the level with the regular, I want to say old school celebrities. So to crack open 100K on Instagram is amazing, and I was crying for her because I'm looking at this girl and she's like a regular ass girl. And I was thinking about my own life. People will tell me, you talk too much. Stop telling people stories. Stop asking questions. All the stuff that they was like complaining about me about is the stuff I get paid for now. You know what I'm saying? Like, you talk too much. You all up in everybody's business. You always telling somebody's story. So literally don't. And then when I'm looking at this girl, she ain't the baddest B. She ain't the most attractive. She ain't got the baddest body. She don't dress the best, but she got 100K on Instagram and way more on TikTok. It's easier to get followers on TikTok. People on TikTok are kind of nice, I think. So they'll follow you quicker on TikTok than they would on Instagram. So I was just very proud of her. She had like a little cookie with 100K followers on it. And I was like, oh my God, I got to do something. If I ever make it to 100K on Instagram, I'm going to get me a cake or something. And she had balloons with 100K. I was like, oh, I got to do something big. I never did really do anything on my milestones, but I just hit 300K on Facebook, which is awesome. And I hit 200K on TikTok. the same day. The same day those things happened, which was awesome as well. But I haven't hit 100K on Instagram yet. So when I do hit 100K on Instagram, I'm gonna get me a cake or something, for myself and take myself out to dinner, because I remember I was crying when this girl hit 500K on TikTok, and her boyfriend, he brought her a a card, some flowers, a balloon that said congratulations, and he took her out to eat, and she she showed the card, and it was like, congratulations on 500K, you doing your thing. I was like, oh my God, somebody acknowledging you that in your personal life. They're saying, go ahead, get it, you doing your thing. And of course, so, and she is pretty big. This girl is pretty big. People be hating on her a lot, but they always hate on you when you're really big. But it don't matter. She still do it. She got 2 separate platforms, one on Facebook, one on TikTok. And she just be churning out that content every day. Like, who cares? She making bread. And I can kind of guess. I seen one girl on Facebook show her Facebook check. I never show mine, but her Facebook check, and she made $25,000 for the month. She made $25,000. When you thinking people will be on here playing, this ain't no game. This is some real money, and I take it seriously. I take it seriously. That's why I take it seriously. I'm trying to get me a $25,000 check in 1 month. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just crazy to me. And she's just a funny girl. She ain't really, doing nothing extravagant. They just like her vibe. So I just it's good to see these girls winning, when in regular life we probably couldn't work a corporate job. We probably didn't fit in. People probably was laughing at us like, look at this ugly ass bitch. She ain't even that cute. She can't dress, ain't banging or nothing, ain't got the perfect hair, nothing. But content creator, you can be weird. You can be your weird self and still succeed. So if you weird out there and you thinking ain't nobody gonna like me, they gonna love you. And one thing I try to do when I'm on social media is show my real self. Like, even if I do have flaws, that I think there's things that's, not perfect about my body or about me. And I make sure to showcase those things. Like, that you're going to remember Te-Erika is that, she got that, whatever. But so I ain't never trying to be perfect, because that's not what one of the requirements of the job is, to be perfect. It's not required to look a certain way. It's just required to have a personality and then consistency. So that's about it. But anyway, I'm talking about content creation. I love to talk about it. I rarely get to just run my mouth. But my friend sent me a what's going on? Is that a rash? I don't know. Sometimes I don't know what's going on in this city. Remember I told you when I first moved to Chicago from Dallas, I got a rash on my face. Like all over here, all over here. And the same thing happened when I moved to Dallas. As soon as I got there, I got a rash all over my face. I'm like, the hell? So now here, the rash went away. It took like a month for it to go away. It was there for a whole month as soon as I got her, which is terrible, because I'm meeting people for the first time with all this. It just looked like I was just old, because everything was just wrinkled and squished up, and that's what my rash looked like. But it's gone now, thankfully. But since I've been here, I'm noticing that when I take a shower, I'm extra itchy after the shower. I'm like, God dang, I'm extra itchy. So I don't know when my body's gonna get used to this water. And now I'm looking at my wrist right here, and it's looking like it's either that's a rash, or I mean, it can't be dirt. Like, I don't know what the fuck that is, but it just feels a little weird right there. But anyway, what else is going on with me? I am just I'm gonna show y'all a little bit. It's my bed right there. That's my bed. I remember when the men came to deliver this couch, they was like, what kind of bed, what size bed that is? And I was like, it's a full size bed. And they was like, they were laughing at me. I'm like, I know y'all not motherfucking laughing at me. Like, that's all I need is just me. And they were like, ooh. Don't laugh at me. It's really enough. It's literally enough. Sometimes I lay across the whole bed. I find myself doing that. Oh, I was talking last time about how I wasn't satisfied with my bed yet. It's getting better. I know this is not my last mattress, but Out of all the mattresses I had, I think this one so far is the best, but you got to break a mattress in. And I think I've had this one for about a month now. It's starting to feel a little bit cozier. We're going to see how it is. We're going to see how it is, it's moving forward. But I don't think I have to trade it out. I traded out 3 mattresses so far. Boom, get rid of them, get a new one, because I just want to feel that feeling of when you out. Sometimes when you out, do you ever be like, I can't wait to get home to get in my bed? I never feel like that since I left New Orleans. You know what I'm saying? So I left my mattress. But the mattress I had there was used. Somebody was like, we getting a new mattress. Who want our old one? And they hadn't slept on that mattress forever. So it was all worn out. And I love that feeling. I'm sleeping in a worn out mattress. So, but since then, I've been getting new mattresses and they've been terrible. Terrible hard mattresses that you got to break in, and I don't want to break them in. But this one is plush. So before I was getting medium firm 12-inch mattresses. Now this is supposed to be a plush mattress, and it definitely is softer. But then I had a problem with feeling the baseboards underneath the bed, so I had to get like this thing called a bunkie board, put it on there, and that helped a little bit. And it's honestly getting better. The thing I don't want is to wake up in pain, and that happened to me with one of my mattresses in Dallas. I had to switch the mattress out 1, 2. I had switched 3 mattresses out in Dallas too, and one of them I woke up in pain. I was like, hell no, you gotta take this back. And the man was mad too, because generally I guess you don't supposed to return a mattress, but And then when I got into the Facebook group, I asked the ladies there, like, what's going on with the mattress? They say you should always buy a mattress that you can return. It's your sleep. You should sleep. If you buy a cheap mattress, they probably don't want you to return it. But if you're spending money on the mattress, they want you to be comfortable. So you should be able to return it. It should be like a window. I was like, I didn't know that. But the next time I'm doing some research for when I get a real house, and I'm gonna stay for some years, which is what I hope will happen next year. So whenever you move to a new city, I don't know how many times you guys have done that, and I've done it over and over and over and over again. But the first place you move to, don't stress about it. Oh my God, it got to be perfect. You got to have this. I mean, yeah, I enjoy house hunting, but I usually just find something online that I can deal with. That's in the neighborhood that I can deal with. As long as the door lock, I'm like, that's fine, because I know that it's just a landing place. It's not your forever home. And eventually you're going to explore the city and find other neighborhoods, and maybe in another place that you like better. So always think of it as a landing place. It's not your forever, so it don't have to be perfect, but just get inside the city first, and then you're going to be able to feel vibes. So I knew that when I was coming in here, but I actually love the layout of this apartment. I love the location of this apartment. Like, I love everything about it, except it's not updated, which is, a little annoying, but I wish I had more storage. And so I know I'm not going to be able to stay like for years, so that's what I'm thinking about and trying to manifest my next place, the things that I want in the place I want to live in, a gray stone. I want off-street parking. I want my own parking spot, even though I don't have a car, but shit, I could get one, or I can have a guest, and I don't want them they're parking on the street. And I don't know, I like the studio look. I like the open concept. I don't need all them walls or shit like that. It ain't that serious. In Dallas, I had the 1 bedroom, and I put my bed in the living room. I love that feeling, and I barely went in the room. So I don't really need a 1 bedroom, but I guess I take it. You know what I'm saying? If I want to get a better place, but it would be nice to just have a big ass open concept loft, or whatever the type of place is, where everything is all in one space. And I don't need no walls. I don't need no dining room. It's just me. I got a little table here. I got everything I need in here. And every day I wake up and I'm just like, wow. I'm literally every day I wake up and I'm just like, wow. I know you like, bitch, you is 46 years old. You supposed to have your shit together, but it took a long time. And then when I did get my shit together, I had to leave it all because the environment was unsafe. So now that I just finally getting myself back to where I could decorate and, I could make shit feel cozy again. It's been some years since I've had that. The last place I lived was just bare. The place before that was just bare. The place before that was just Airbnb, so I couldn't do anything personal to it. So it's been a long time since I could say this is mine and this is cute and I did this and I put this together. So I'm gonna show y'all a little bit. This is what I really love. My what you call them? Pictures on the wall. I got them off Amazon. They so cute, right? My little TV. Uh oh. Okay, wait. Let me see. Why does it say leave the site? Oh, no. Anyway, but that's it. That's it. That's my apartment. You saw it. You just saw it. I showed you the bed on that side, and that's the wall. That's my studio. That's it. That's it. Oh wait, I ain't show y'all the other side. Hold on. Okay, y'all might see my light right there. That side right there, that's the little kitchen area. That's it. That's my little table and my little dresser back there. That's where my clothes are. And you see my shoes and stuff right there. See a little white refrigerator with a hole in it. But and then this thing I love, which is the little ottoman that has the, that you can open it up with his storage in it, so I could put like my blankets and some winter stuff in there with some what you call them dryer sheets, so everything smells so good. I can't wait till winter come when I take that shit out and it's just gonna smell good like dryer sheets. That's where I put my dryer sheets at, and everything is cool. It feels so good to be able to eat when I want, pay my bills in advance, and just just vibe. I love this lifestyle that I created for myself. It's amazing. I found this let me see. Can y'all see my Frida Kahlo on the wall, or it's too dark? It's probably too dark. I don't got no light. But you used to see that fan over there? That's an industrial fan, bitch. Because I've been looking for one forever, and them things were super expensive. Like the super strong fans. I like the wind blowing, so I'll put that on with the window AC and my stand up fan, all of that at once with the electric blanket, so my feet can be warm, and that's my cozy night. But I love that I found that industrial fan at a garage sale for $10. I was so happy. It was basically somebody. I think they looked like they abandoned their apartment, and the lady was like, "You can go in there and get anything. Just name a price. I'll take whatever you want to offer." And I was like, "Hell yeah!" I give her $10 for it. And I've been so happy. I had a smaller fan up there that was not doing it right, but that fan right there get me all the way right. So we'll see. Now I just was talking to this guy, and he was just telling me how hot it's gonna be when the winter comes, because the buildings that I have, like this old building I live in, have radiators, and that the radiators overheat all of the apartments. So if you've gone through a Chicago winter, I've never been through a real winter. The closest I have been was this year in Dallas. It snowed for one day, and that was my first time seeing snow in real life. So now that transition to me coming to Chicago, where I'm about to see snow for real, and we're gonna see how it go. I miss my friend. I miss my friend. But before I got on live, I was watching this creator by the name of E. Kane. If you don't know her, you should. She's a prolific creator. She makes bread upon bread. Every time her accounts get banned, every time she got to start over, she just start over and people come back. They like watching her because she's messy. And I'm not talking about like dirty, but more like her life is, it seemed like it's in shambles. But I know for a fact that she do that for the camera. Like she do that for views. She do that for views because people like watching mess. And I know, because whenever I post something positive, I don't get as many views, which means I don't make as much money. So now I got to be posting true crime, which I was never into. I was never into the murders and deaths and the killings. But now half my content is that stuff because I want to get paid. You know what I'm saying? I want to, get them dollars in. And then the rest of the time, I do the stuff I really, really like. Tonight I posted a story that I wanted to push. And because I'm an influencer, which means that people are paying attention to what I say. And since I know that people are going to pay attention to what I post, I try to pick stuff that's meaningful. And then I saw this in Spanish news, like in the Spanish side of, of social media. They was talking about this case where a little 14-year-old girl got breast implants and she died. but it was mostly in Spanish. And I was like, oh shit. I didn't see it in none of the news, none of the American news talking about it. I didn't see nobody on Facebook gossiping about it, only Spanish people. And I said, well, let's bring that over here and help push it out. And I love when I can do that and it gets viral and it goes, but I didn't go viral today with that. But I'm glad I did that story because I thought it was important too. Because what is a 14-year-old doing getting breast implants? Come on now. So yeah. But thank y'all for watching, and thank y'all for watching my videos. My YouTube, eh, I go live only. I only go live on this platform. I don't even go live on any of the other platforms at all. I used to go live on TikTok, but it just became I don't know, it became a little bit too much for me, I think. I feel like I have to perform more when I'm over here. Over here, when over here in YouTube, I feel like I can just relax and just ramble, But on TikTok, I feel like I gotta perform, which I don't like. I feel like I gotta be the host. I don't like that feeling. Thank you for the likes. I appreciate everybody who stopped by. Um, why does it seem like it's so dark? Is it dark to y'all, or is it just me? Am I tripping? Hold on. Let me try to make the light better. Ah. I treat you well. I hope that's a little bit better. Yeah, that seemed a lot better actually. And then now y'all can see a little bit better my apartment because I turned on some of the other lights. I don't know if y'all can see. Oh, I turned on the lights. See my little refrigerator? That's my little house. That's it. It's just so small. You can just see it in the turn of just the turn of it. That's it. That's it. That's it. That's me. And it's so cute. I just love that it's like a little studio and I don't need no more space than this. Every once in a while I do come sit on the couch. But the couch is very useful when my son came to visit and he slept on the couch. But every once in a while I come sit on the couch. But most of the time I be in the bed working. I be in my bed working most of the time, making all my videos and researching. And I take hours and then finally finish researching. Then I gotta put the videos together and record. Put together what I mean by making all the graphics and the pictures that you're gonna see on the green screen behind me. And once I create all of those, then it's time to get dressed, put on my black shirt, whatever black shirt I have around, and put on a little bit of makeup. I do when I do my video, put on a little bit of makeup. I especially make sure my eyebrows is done. They're not done now, but you know, and then I record, and it take a little while to do those videos, depending on how long the story is. Because of course, I edit together. It look like I'm just doing it flawlessly, but it don't happen when I'm recording. It don't be flawless at all. So I'm happy to report my son, the one that's in Florida, is doing extremely well. He is he really surprises me and makes me feel happy when I hear him say how much he likes his life. He'll be like, look at life. He'll be like that. He'll be like, look at life. No kids. He'll be like, bills paid. He's like living the dream. I love when he feels like that because at that age, I was so angry all the time. I was just mad at all my life choices. Like, why am I so stupid? And now I'm starting to forgive myself and not feel so angry about the choices that I made that I feel like didn't turn out so well, But if everything I did led me to here, I think I'm doing all right because I kind of love my life right now. I feel very grateful, and I just keep thinking about the things that I didn't want, that I was trying to move away from, that I didn't want in my life, and how they're no longer in my life anymore. And it feels so good. Things, places, and people. You know what I'm saying? Just get them. I remember one of my girlfriends told me, she said she spent a lot of time making excuses for people's behavior, thinking that that's the right thing. That's how you be a good person. But she said now that she don't do that, she said she swiftly gets people out of her life when they don't treat her with the respect she feels she deserves. And she said it's made a world of difference. And I'll never forget her telling me that. So I kind of live by that right now. Speaking of, Now I'm gonna tell you about this guy I met recently because when you move to a new city, I think one of the things you need to do if you're a single woman is at least see what the dudes is like. What are the men like? What is it like to date in the city? Whatever you like, guys or girls. I happen to like both of them. I would date a man or a woman. I would love a man or a woman. I would marry a man or a woman. I would be with a man or a woman. It doesn't matter, to me, um, because you know people are cute. You know what I'm saying? People are cute, but here I haven't met any women, that I would, you know, that I would date. I've seen some that I thought were attractive, but there's none that approached, and definitely none that have approached me. But here I decided to go ahead. What I usually do is go get on one of the dating apps, scroll through men, and at least talk to one, see how it goes. So I did that. And then I came across this man and I was like, So I messaged him and was like, why you look like Morris Chestnut? You catfishing? And he was like, send me your number and I'll get on FaceTime with you to show you I ain't catfishing. And I said, okay. So I sent him the number. He called me immediately within 5 minutes, ain't waste no time. And child, he do look like Morris Chestnut for real. I tell you, Chicago men are so fine. So I ain't gonna say he was exactly my type, but he was like Morris Chestnut. Morris Chestnut's like everybody's type. But he was not exactly my type because I kind of like salt and pepper on a man. I like to see that they older, they got, some wisdom. Hopefully they will have some wisdom with that salt and pepper, but at least they have a better chance of having it than the younger guys who can't even, you know, get an apartment in their name and shit like that. I ain't with all that extra shit. I ain't trying to help nobody. I ain't trying to help no man get to where he need to be. I don't want to hear no sad ass stories and shit. If you got a sad story and you thinking you finna appeal to my pity to get into my life, you're not. I'm really just gonna walk away and never talk to you again. But this man got on the phone with me and he had me cracking up laughing. Like literally, we was talking. It was like an hour before I had to go somewhere. And I was like, I gotta go. He was like, well, call me when you get back home. And I was like, okay. So when I got back home, I called him. We kind of fell asleep on the phone. Then the next morning, I woke up. We was texting. It's like 7:00 in the morning. And then I wanted to see him again because he's so fine. So I FaceTimed him. He's like, you FaceTime me 7:00 in the morning. I was like, I want to see you. He was laughing. So we stayed on FaceTime for like an hour or something until he went to work. Then when he got off work, we jumping back on FaceTime again. We stayed on FaceTime for 7 hours. We on that bitch just talking about whatever, talking about everything. You could tell he's just a charming and personable person. I could tell he do that with everybody. Everybody who meets him, he can have a conversation with. I could just tell it was kind of too easy because I generally don't even have that kind of rapport with people to be able to talk to them for more than 10 minutes, not let alone 7 fucking hours. So then, of course, as the night gets going, things start to get a little spicy. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, he is so fucking handsome. I'm just looking at him like this. And he's like, you ain't stopped smiling since you seen me. And I was like, why would I? You are gorgeous. Can I have you? And he's just laughing. And then as the night wore on, he's like, you know what? I'm like, what? He's like, I want to break your headboard. I'm like, excuse me? I'm sorry, sir. What did you say? He said, I want to break your headboard. Then I'm going to fix it back, but I want to make sure I break that. I said, how are you going to do that? And he's like, well, first I was like, oh my gosh, you going to do what? Please elaborate. And he was like, and then I'm a blah, 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 and flip. And I was like, what? And then I was like, and then what else? And he was like, yeah, because then I'm going to do this. And I was like, oh my gosh. Then this man stood up, took his shirt off to show me his muscles. I was like, Lord, you ain't even got to do that. You already just handsome, period. Now you got muscles. And he's like, I work out every day to make sure I'm on top. And he is in his 50s. So I was like, Lord, Lord, Lord. Lord, 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 I could just jump through this phone. And then he was like, yeah, he started dancing for me. I was like, oh my God, we had an absolute blast. We had so much fun on the phone that we got off the phone like 4:00 in the morning. Yeah, like 4:00 in the morning. And the next day I started getting scared. Like, hell no, I don't want to desire nobody. You know what I'm saying? I don't know about y'all. He don't believe it. He thinks it's incredible that I've never been in a relationship. And when I explain it to people, they're like, "How is an adult person who never been in a relationship, if they're especially if they're not unattractive?" And I know I'm not unattractive, but I have not had the time to focus on no shit like that. The things that's been going on in my life has been requiring my full attention, you know. But also I have had some people in my life, like a few years ago I met a guy, and for a month we was trying to see if we were going to start something, but it turns out that we were just completely incompatible, and we didn't break things off immediately, but we just kind of let shit linger on until it became extremely toxic. And then I was learned what a real toxic relationship is like. You hear about it on TV, but until you in that shit, it's like, what the fuck? So I learned a lot of the bad stuff that goes on in a relationship if you're not compatible with that person and you stay. If you realize you're not compatible with a person, don't stay. Then it becomes toxic, and then it's your fault because you knew that that shit wasn't right that they did, or that shit wasn't right that they said. Why would you give them another chance? That's who they are. They're not going to change. You have to accept that you like this. You Some people like that toxic shit. You like this toxic shit, and you can't blame them and be like, "Oh, that's a narcissist." Oh, that you can't say none of that because you stayed there. They didn't hold you hostage. They didn't zip tie you. No, you stayed in it. It's your fault. I blame you. I blame you for that toxic shit because you saw that y'all wasn't compatible and you set your ass there thinking I'm gonna be a good person. No, don't stay there. Leave them alone. It's okay to be single. It's okay. So before that, I've never had entertained anybody on a consistent basis. And even my children, I have two children from the same man, but he and I didn't have a relationship. A relationship is a partnership. It's where you and the person on the same side against the world. You and them as a team working towards goals and trying to create something for a future together. If you are not in a relationship with in a relationship like that with a person where you feel like that's your teammate, you're not in a relationship. You're being stupid. You're just being stupid. What the fuck are you being with somebody that's not a team member with you? That's what the point of marriage and relationships are, even friendships, that me and this person got each other back. If this person have a goal, I'm gonna help them move toward their goals. They got my goals in mind. We spend every day making each other laugh and smile and pushing each other to, have a good life and adding good things to each other's lives. If y'all not doing that in y'all relationship, you're not in a fucking relationship. Stop saying you got a boyfriend. Stop saying you got a girlfriend. Tanita say, "Oh my God, I'm late." Hey, Tanita. She said, "Give me a quick summary. I moved to Chicago, and I was just talking about the first guy I met here that I was considering, that I was considering talking to." So, but anyway, so I was explaining to him that I have never been in a real relationship because I have not had a team partner. I have not had an experience that makes me think being in a relationship is a good thing personally. Like I don't know what I'm missing. That's why I don't care. So he don't understand, how can you not care about cuddling with somebody and having somebody to hold you and having somebody to come home to, having somebody that got your back. Because I never had that. That's why I don't care about it. I don't know about that. So me and him, we're not talking about being in a relationship. He wants to hunch. That's it. He just wants to hunch, and he fine too. So I think that I'm never going to hunch him. I'm never going to do that with him. He thinks we are because he's just that confident, but I'm not going to do that. Eventually, I probably will, meet somebody that I want to do that with. But because I am grown and I don't want no craziness going on in my life, and I made too many bad decisions before, I'm a lot more careful now. I don't want nobody I don't want to be murdered. Let's just say that. And so, if I recognize that we're not compatible, number one, that you can't be a good model for my sons. I think my sons need another influence in their lives, and if I would bring a man into it, that man needs to be somebody that I can say, my son, I would love to influence my sons in some way, whether it's business wise, just character wise, or something like that. If you can't influence my son, I would say I would want my sons to interact like you. Then there's no reason for me to even be around you. I don't care if it's for my personal pleasure. No, that's not pleasurable to me. I like my life, but I like talking to him. So what happened was I stopped talking to him. Because I started getting scared because I'm like, man, I don't like wanting to talk to somebody. It just was feeling awkward. Like, damn, this person could have power over you if you want to talk to them and they decide they don't want to give it. So I was like, I gotta stop talking to him. So I brainstormed until I could think of something he said that pissed me off, and I was like, now I can't talk to him. Boom, blocked him. So then 2 days rolled by, and I was like, oh, I miss him. He is so funny. And I called him back. He was like, oh, where you been? I was like, I was tripping. And he was just like, But he didn't really stress me about it. He was just laughing, and everything just been the same. We've been talking ever since. But I hope that we can be friends. But, it's kind of hard to be friends with a man. Because men are trying to reach the end goal of hunching. And I just be wanting to just laugh, and have good times. But most men don't want to devote that kind of time to a woman unless he's going to get the added benefit of some coochie. Roshi say, hey, good to see you. Hey, Roshi. Roshi say, relationships are trying right now, especially if you want something serious. I can't say I want something serious. I want a friend. That's what I told him. I said, I would love a friend. I would love somebody that can come check up on me and that we could go and meet up and, have coffee or have things. I'll pay for myself. You ain't got to never pay for me. But if you have something going on, if you hear something going on, we can go do it together. But we ain't got to go home together that night. And he was like, about all that. I was like, see, that's what I'm saying. Why you can't just hang out and enjoy me? He said, yeah, I enjoy you all right. I'm like, oh my God. So, but it is nice having his little energy pop into my life because he's annoying to me, already, which means, I feel comfortable with him if I feel like, but I right now I can't get on FaceTime with him no more. And that's made all the difference. Because people in Chicago like to get on fucking FaceTime. They will FaceTime call you quick, like, God damn, I'm in my night clothes, but they want to FaceTime. It's like a normal thing. Very rare do they want a regular phone call you. But just looking at him just throw me off. So I just like, I ain't getting on FaceTime with you no more. Sometimes he'll call me FaceTime just to fuck with me. I'm like, I ain't answering that shit. But yeah, it would be nice to have a friend who could just tell me about the city and we can talk and laugh and they don't want nothing from me. They're not trying to push for nothing from me because I'm a big girl. I know how to say, this is what I want. Come here. Let me get this. I like being able to say that. So you don't have to convince me or try to talk me into anything. I don't need that. Well, she said, when it's an attraction, you can't just be friends for sure. Yeah, you can't be friends for sure. Exactly. So that's why I told him I'm never going to meet up with him. He's like, well, you going to meet up? I'm like, if you say that again, I'm never going to talk to you again because stop telling me I'm a liar. So I think he probably think I'm a conquest at this point, but it don't matter what he think because I'm the gatekeeper. I decide yes or no what I want, and I don't want anything. What I want is to keep my house clean, which is anybody who's ever been around me physically, you would know that I am a very messy person. Like I ain't the bitch that's gonna be scrubbing walls and shit like that. I ain't that. But I have managed to keep this shit clean for all these months. I be mopping the floor and everything. I'm like, God damn, I think I just am very appreciative of this space. I be mopping the floor. Like I could be having company and stuff. It get a little messy sometimes because if I have a lot to do in a week and I'm changing clothes, this clothes is gonna pile up on the floor, and the clothes that I'm choosing from gonna be in another pile. But once I get all of that sorted, it can get pretty neat in here. It's so cozy in here. I'm just so grateful for my life right now, y'all. Y'all just not understanding me. Y'all not feeling me. But some of y'all know. So we've been on the live for about 43 minutes now. I'm gonna make it to an hour at least so that y'all have somebody to chill with, hang with, a voice in the background while you're going to sleep or while you're drinking your wine. You can just listen and just vibe and just know that I love you and I appreciate you for getting this far into the thing. Let's see what else have I done. Oh my gosh, I had so much fun. Me and my guy friend Mark, we met up to go out to a party. So Mark is my guy friend. I met him online like forever ago, 2012. And we've kept in touch all this time. And he came to LA. He hit me up so I can see him. And I gave him a walking tour. And when he came to Dallas, he met up with me again, and we went walking again for like a wine walk. So now that I'm in his city, which is Chicago, he was like, "What's up, T? We haven't seen each other yet." And I'm like, "Okay, well, let me pick a place." And I picked this event called the Lincoln Park Zoo Adult Night. Basically, they have like DJs there, and the DJs play like theme music. And this thing was 90s and 2000s. Sometimes they have, no, this was 80s and 90s. Sometimes they have 2000s night, sometimes they have 90s night. And everybody just dress up, and then they only play that music. And when I tell you, I had so much fun. So it was like being at the club, but you was actually at the zoo. But you didn't really feel like you was at the zoo because it was dark. So you couldn't see no animals, and you weren't looking at no animals anyway. You just was standing in front of the DJ booth, and everybody just dancing, and everybody in a good mood, and everybody dressed up in their 80s and 90s clothes and carrying their boom boxes and with their door knocking earrings. And it was just so beautiful and fun, and no drama, no fighting, no nothing. They had drinks there, they had snacks there, and everything was reasonable and affordable. It wasn't no outlandish $15, $20 cocktails and no shit like that. It was not. It was cool. Everybody was vibing. I just had on a little sundress and some sandals, and nobody was stepping on my feet. And we were just getting it, just dancing, just getting it, just pop, 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 pop. All the songs. They even played some Bone Thugs and Harmony. They was getting it now. I say they gonna take it way back. They played some Salt and Pepper, we were like shoot, shoot, man. That was some fun. Let me try to think of, I try to name who was the funnest night I've had, day I've had in what is this? Chicago. I'm about to say Texas. And that had to be number one. That was my most fun I've had in Chicago so far. That was it. Like my other times here just been chill. I go to the museum. I go to it's been chill, but I'm talking about just unadulterated, just childlike fun. That was it. And I want to do that again. I want to do something like that give me that same feeling. Oh no, I have. Let me tell you, child. I went to the karaoke night, honey. Let me see. What's the night? Oh, it's karaoke now. Y'all want to see me go to karaoke night again? I could go to karaoke because it lasts till wee hours of the morning. But I went to karaoke night, and it was so much fun. I'm telling you, those people there, some of them actually can sing, but regardless, it was just fun. It was amazing. Everybody was just having a blast, and I know I was, because karaoke is one of my favorite things to do. So it was just so much fun. But yeah, what else did I do? What else have I been doing? I've been still trying out different restaurants in my neighborhood. Some not so good experiences, and but all in all, it don't matter because I live in like the best neighborhood in Chicago, I think. And every day when I go for my walk, if I can make it out, because sometimes I just be so tired from staying up all night trying to keep up with my content stuff and managing all that I just be so tired. And then I be kind of weak because I haven't been eating properly. Like last week I ate properly for the first time, because not this week, the week before, because I went to Whole Foods and I bought this tray. So they have like, you can buy like a dinner for four, and it costs like between $30 and $35. Sometimes you can catch them pre-made for like $26, but the one I like is about $35. But I meal prep it, I portion it out, and then just eat one of those like every day. And I was fucking that shit up last week, because the week before I had started feeling dizzy a lot because I was not eating properly. I be eating these fucking Lunchables all the fucking time, and chicken nuggets, and that's childish food. I need real meals, but I ain't even willing to cook it. So that's my issue. But yeah, but regardless of that, man, I really ain't got no complaints. I'm just enjoying myself. My homegirl got a new man. She all in love. She Yesterday she posted him like on her wall, like, bitch, what is you doing? Why'd you I mean, it was like, why'd you put this man's face out there like that? She don't care. I was dying. I'm like, okay. But other than that, that's good. I'm just having these wild ass experiences with these hairdressers. I'm gonna tell you about this last one, who did this hairstyle. I'm supposed to get it done again, but we text in the morning I'm supposed to go there. And in fact, I wake up to a text from her saying, I'm up and I'm cleaning up. I'm like, okay. So I text her back and say, all right, well, I'm up and I'm about to get dressed and go get coffee. Do you want one? And she's like, yes. So I'm like, all right, go get coffee. I eat a little bit breakfast. I go to McDonald's, eat a little breakfast, get me and her coffee, hop in the Uber. I'm in the Uber on my way. Okay. How about I get to her house and she don't answer the door? And she don't live close. I'm like, oh, I know she not. And for some reason, when I turned around, my Uber driver didn't drive away. Now she and apparently because I don't know Chicago neighborhoods like that, but I'm in the wild 100s. You know what I'm saying? So I'm out there standing outside her house. The man is not driving away. My Uber driver, he's like, I want to make sure you get in. He holler, I'm trying to make sure you get inside. I'm knocking, I'm knocking, I'm knocking. She not answering. I'm texting, I call, nothing. We just been texting all morning. Now all of a sudden she missing. So he was like, come on, you can go ahead and get in. I'll take you back home. So I get in this car, I take her back home. He's like, check and see if she called. Like maybe he thinking he could turn around. She's still not responding. It wasn't until 15 minutes into our ride back home that she started texting and trying to call, but her phone ain't working all of a sudden. Mm-mm. And I'm like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? So that was kind of weird and made me feel uncomfortable. So if I found out that a person lives like in that area again, I won't trust them no more. I won't go down there to get my hair done no more because that didn't feel right. You know what? I'm just so grateful. When I got home, I had paid him personally for the ride because it was off the books, but I sent him another payment because I was just like I feel like he was really looking out for me without me having to ask him to. You know how you might have in the past I've had to beg, could you please be there for me? Could you please wait with me? Could you please do this? And person would say yes or no. But I didn't have to ask him. He stayed there. He wanted to make sure I was okay. You know, he wanted to make sure I got back home. And I really appreciated that so much. That was very kind. I'm finding that the men here are pretty kind. You know, I haven't had I had one little aggression, two little aggressions with men so far. One of them was this guy I met. That he was the first one that I thought was super attractive that I met on, like walking on the street. And he asked for my phone number. I gave it to him. But when we got on the phone, the conversation was just like really quick. And I felt like he was just too abrupt. Like that was too, I didn't feel good about it. So I didn't respond to him no more every time he called me. I just let that go. Then, because I don't want to feel like that ever again. I don't care how irritated you are. Don't make me feel like I'm a bother. Like, bitch, you asked me for my number. The second time was this guy. I was just walking, I go for walks every day. And I'm walking, just in a good mood, and I see a guy, he's like walking next to me. And I don't know, I don't really look at the guy's face or nothing, but I'm seeing his pace is similar to mine, but he's taller. So I hurry up my steps so I can just beat him. Like I'm racing him in my mind, basically. Just old people shit, you know what I'm saying? In my mind, I'm having a fun racing this stranger who's taller than me. We get to the stoplight, we both stop, and I was like, I've been racing you like that just to talk. And he was like, yeah, at your age, I think you're doing a good job. I'm like, God damn, bitch. The fuck? And then he's like, yeah, so the only time I ever be racing like that is when I'm with my wife and kids. I'm like, motherfucker, you ain't married. Like, why are you trying to act like do you think I'm trying to flirt with your ass, nigga? You look like no, okay. Just no. I would never. I know I got these gray on my temples and shit like that, but I still got some standards, bitch. And I'm not one of bitch with no 400 credit score. Don't play with me. That's why I really don't want to talk to no young person because I ain't really want to be trying to build their ass up. So you ain't gotta insult me because I got gray hair. Like literally, I'm a smart person. So I just thought that was like fucking weird. But other than that, these guys here are so sweet and charming. Like when I went to the karaoke night, this guy comes up to me. They're playing this song, I Want to Dance with Somebody. That's one of my songs. When I go to karaoke, these certain songs that I sing from when I was young. Number one is Gin and Juice. I have to sing that song. It's my first song. Snoop Dogg, Laid Back. That's my song. And then I sing I Want to Dance with Somebody by Whitney Houston. and everything else is just, secondary. But those two are my main songs. And somebody got to I Want to Dance with Somebody before me. I did Gin and Juice as my first song. Then somebody got to I Want to Dance with Somebody. And while I was getting ready to get into it, and this guy comes up to me and he's like, start dancing with me. And I was like, oh, this is weird. Like somebody's trying to dance with me. And then I realized he's trying to dance with me to I Want to Dance with Somebody. That is so sweet. Oh my God. They're really kind of gentlemen. Like literally when they're hollering at you, like how a guy will holler at you. And I'm like 46, so it's plenty more young people to be talking to out here. But sometimes when they'll notice me, they'll just be like, I love you. Or hey gorgeous, or hey beautiful. They don't be like, bitch, hey, yo, 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 hey, hey, they don't do that I've seen. My son said he had a different experience when he came and he was with his female friends that are his age, that this dude just yelled out the window, I want to eat your pussy. I was like, what? I said, they never say that to me. He's like, because look how old you are. But thankful for this age, because when dudes are trying to get my attention, they are very kind and very complimentary and just gorgeous. Just I'm still seeing fineness everywhere I go. And I'm talking about the kind of fine I like, which is the men with the salt and pepper hair of a certain age. Like I want you to be like at least my age and into your 50s. Like you can't be dyeing your hair black. Like, oh, bitch, stop. Okay, we all getting up there, and I definitely don't want to dye mine. I don't want to dye mine. I know I got a lot of gray hair. It may not be showing so much with this hairstyle. I don't know why, but I surely didn't dye it. And with my last hairstyle, it was really pronounced. I don't know what happened to this hairstyle, but now I gotta find a new hairdresser. So okay, Matthew. Hey, Matthew. Matthew says Chicago is very nice. Good public transportation. Food is good, similar to New York. I've been in Chicago. Okay, Matthew, that's cool. The food is similar to New York to you? I think it's better than New York. And I've been in New York, and I was so disappointed in the food choices there. Here, it's a lot of different food choices, but just because there's a lot of food choices don't mean that everything is good. But also, you got to keep in mind that I came from New Orleans, where the food is overly seasoned. So to me, when I'm tasting food here, it's not seasoned the same as New Orleans food. So to me, a lot of it is bland. I'd be like, this don't taste like nothing. But that's only because I'm used to New Orleans food. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, fuck. So it's kind of hard. It's kind of hard for me because I'll be expecting a strong, flavor, and I never get that. I never get that here. But maybe my taste buds will come around. I've realized one thing I don't like, and they have an abundance amount of that here. If I ain't gonna say it, but certain type of food they have a lot of, and I don't like it. But I'm still giving everything a chance. My heart right now is in the mood for some crawfish and crab legs. Like I wake up thinking about it, I'm yearning for it. But I want the kind that's in New Orleans to where, because everywhere when you go to get crab legs, you gotta put it in butter and garlic. In New Orleans, you don't need it because the crab legs are seasoned. And I really want some. I want to go and get me some crawfish and crab legs. And then I want to curl up and go to sleep. I miss my old house in New Orleans. I still think about it. I still think about it. I know somebody else living there. I'd be like calling my landlord, like, could you tell him to get out my house? And she's like, he's living there, Te-Erika. I'm like, fuck. I miss that price. That price was low as fuck. If I was spending that price, if I was paying that price with the money I make now, oh my God, I would be so good. But I wouldn't even be making the money I make now if I didn't leave. So everything's a trade-off, I guess. Matthew said, how much is public transportation like for bus train? It's $2.90 in New York. And soon they be thinking $3 for public transportation in New York. Oh, wow. How much is it? I don't know. I think it's over $2. I don't know. So what happens is you buy the bus card and then you put money on it. Or you don't buy the bus card and you can take your bank card and just tap your bank card and they'll take the money out. That's what I've been told, So, and I don't take the bus that often. Most of the time when I'm taking the bus, it's because I'm going to like a volunteer opportunity, that's really when you'll see me on the bus. Or if it's like the Bean, downtown where they having some big event and I just it's on one bus that goes straight there. So I take that there. But I literally don't need anything. I can't even think of nothing to buy. I've bought and gotten every single thing I could think of. Hats, beanie hats, what you call it? Sweat. What you call them things? Scarves. I got 3 scarves, 3 beanie hats, 2 pairs of gloves, 1 pair of boots, another pair of waterproof boots, the leggings with the fleece inside, 2 shirts with fleece inside, three three jackets. I got them from Thread Up, which is like a online thrift store, and I got 3 jackets and the boots for $100. Why would I need 3 jackets? I don't know, but it was just so inexpensive. I'm like, why not just get all of them for $100? And I just got all that for $100. So now I got that. My guy friend tells me I don't need the big jacket. So the big one that hangs to the ground that they be wearing. I was thinking I need that. And my guy friend was like, for what? And he was like, wherever you go, you're gonna be riding, right? And he said, yeah, then you ain't gonna never be standing outside. He said he don't even have one. He said, you're never gonna just be standing outside. I'm like, I don't think so. He said, you're gonna be going where you got to go. And then once you get in, you give your coat the coat check. And I was like, okay. So I'm not gonna invest in a big jacket. The long ones. We'll see if I can make it through the winter without it. But literally, where am I going? I do order my groceries from Amazon most of the time. Sometimes if I'm in a crunch, I'll go walk to the grocery store. So literally, unless I'm planning to go out somewhere, like to an event, I don't really need no big coat. I work from home. I'm gonna miss going for walks when the winter comes, but I'm so used. I spent all of my time in Dallas in the house, and I spent all of my time in Alabama in the house. That's 2 years straight, just in the house, never going out. So I'm used to, you know, solitude, and I look forward to it. I look forward to it. Let's see what else. That's it. I'm just so grateful and proud, and now I'm just starting to accept that this is my new life instead of being like, what if it end? I remember always be like, what if it end? What if it end? It ain't gonna end unless I say it ends. So that's what I'm just looking forward to, connecting with people so I can, you know, create a opportunity for myself to do community service work and finding another place for me to live that I can stay in for like at least 3 years. I want to stay somewhere else for 3 years. I'm tired of all this moving and shit, and I already got to move again after a year. After a year here, I got to move again. But hopefully, the next place will be a place that I can stay for at least three years. And it's still gonna be here in Chicago. I don't want to leave Chicago yet. I have not come across a reason. I have not had all amazing experiences, but ain't nothing about this city that I've experienced that make me want to leave. Yeah, nothing. It's been cool. Oh, okay. I'm looking at. I'm seeing this in my on my phone. It's I need to post it. It's just sometimes I just be saving stuff to see if I want to post it, and I don't even end up posting it. But yeah, I'm like, what is this? So it's just a video that was playing just on my not on my phone, on my tablet. But yeah, I'm so happy. I am. I am. And I don't know if happy is the word. It's more like content. It's more like satisfied. It's more like proud. It's more like grateful, and you ever been in love with somebody and because you a cynic that shit don't be lasting all the time, but while you still in the moment, you say, I'm just gonna enjoy this bitch till this motherfucker start acting stupid. I'm gonna enjoy what we have right now. That's how I feel. Because in my mind, I'm like, anything can happen, and I got to go or I can't, I got to say goodbye to everything. But I'm an expert at saying goodbye. I'm an expert at losing. I'm an expert at things going wrong. I'm an expert at picking the wrong people. I'm an expert at doing things wrong and bouncing back. Now I want to see what it's like to have things turn out right, to say yes to the right people, to have opportunities end up being long term instead of everything being quick, to have people come into my life that's supposed to be there and want to be there and show that they want to be there, consistently. I look forward to that. So Matthew say on New York, take credit or debit tap. He say now they do. I heard. Yeah. Okay. That's cool. Well, does anybody else have any questions, or want to ask me anything, either about my content or about my personal life? It don't matter. I'm just up here chatting with y'all on the late night. It's not even that late. I usually come on like closer to midnight, but tonight I was feeling a little froggy, and I didn't want to. I want sometimes when I post a video, I just like to let people see it. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes it take a couple hours before people can even know that you posted. So I don't be wanting to just keep posting back to back, back to back, back to back, and bombard people's feed. I was like, let them see that. And another thing I'm doing right now that I never done before is posting more to my stories on Facebook. You want to know why? Because they pay you for stories on Facebook. Literally, the stories at the top of your feed, the stories. I never posted to that shit. I'm like, for fucking what? But then when I saw in my dashboard that they pay you and my shit was zero, I'm like, why my shit zero? It's because you ain't posting that. So I posted to it. I saw that I earned $2 like within a day. I say $2 for that one thing. So if I post that thing and got $2, if I post five of those pictures in a day, that's $10. If I post If I make $10 a day just by posting 5 pictures, that means at the end of the month I made $300. Now, not that don't even mean what if one of those posts go viral? That nobody really saw that picture I posted. So that was $2 and nobody saw it. So that at the minimum, I'm gonna make $10 a day if I just post 5 pictures. Any pictures that I can find on the internet. Here's a picture. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna commit myself to making sure I post at least 5 pictures a day, whatever I found on the internet, on my story on Facebook, so I can get that little extra $300 and go out to eat and get me some crab legs. You know, that's my new commitment. So go watch my story on Facebook, help my little money go up. But the weird part about posting the stories is people, when they're responding to it, they don't have a comment section on stories, so everybody be in your inbox, and my inbox be especially. And then the thing about it is, you really want some money, ask a question, because then that drives people to make a comment. The more people make comments, the more money you make. That's just the truth. It's called engagement. So I want to ask a question. Do you want to this? And what do you think? Just an open-ended question. What do you think? And if it makes people react strongly, they just gonna reply. You ain't gotta reply back. Just ask them a question. So, and it give people something to do, give people something to do, to look at and feel like they participating in. So yeah, that's it. That's all I gotta say. I'm just checking my phone. I'm one of these media and content creators, and I keep thinking to myself, what could be next for me? Like, I like what's going on right now. I like how things are going as far as my content creating, but what could make it bigger? What could push me to be one people like Zevi, whose name is Xevi. If you want to look him up, I literally saw him on TikTok last year. He had like 200,000 followers. Today, he has 4.4 million followers. He probably makes off TikTok alone, I'm going to say $20,000 a month or more. So I want to get to $25,000 a month. I'm nowhere near there, but I want to get there. That's what I want to do. What do I have to do? So I look at his content and be like, what the fuck he doing? I don't know. I don't think he's doing anything more extravagant than I am. I don't think he's anything more amazing than I am. So either it's the luck of the draw, or I'm not hitting a topic that people resonate. But he just talks about, he just tells stories too. He tells stories just like I tell stories. But I tell it in more of a news fashion, which I want to keep doing, because I feel that at some point there are certain stories that need to be told as news so people can take it seriously. Like, most people enjoy when I just be telling, so the girl came up to them and then she saw the, and they like when they just see me sitting here just talking to them like I'm on FaceTime. Yeah, that's fine. That's when I get a lot of views and I make money. But sometimes stuff be going on in the world, and I need y'all to take it seriously. And it's not about a relationship, and it's not about cheating, and it's not about drama. So that's why I do the balance of both trending news and gossip. So y'all can have both, even though most people prefer just the gossip. They prefer that. But I want to bring awareness to certain issues too. Like, I want to use my background in journalism. That's it. So yeah, honeys. Anybody got anything you want to ask me? Anything you always wanted to say? Any particular? Thank you for the likes. I appreciate that. Any particular videos or stories that you can remember? Because I promise you, after I post a video and I done moved on to the next video, I don't forget all about the other video. Thank you for the hearts. I appreciate those hearts. Thank you so much. I really do. Sometimes people become asking for an old story. They be like, I remember you did this story about so and so. I'm like, I be brainstorming and I try to find a story for them. I don't know why they thinking about it again. It'd be over a year ago. Why they thinking about it again? But if they thinking about it so hard, it must have impacted them, and I try to help them find it too. But other than that, I talked to my son. He said I was getting on his nerves. How was I getting? Oh, because whenever I have an idea, I act on it immediately. So the night me and him was brainstorming for something for his business, and I'm like, "What are you waiting for? Let's get started." He's like, "Right now?" I'm like, "Why not?" He's like, "Mom, I'm vibing. I'm chilling. I'm like, I don't know. I just don't know how to not do things immediately. I got an idea. I got to do it right now." He's like, "But what if you're in the middle of another idea?" I said, "I stopped," and then I started working on that. He was laughing. I was like, "I can't help it. I be fucking around." But I get everything done eventually. But yeah, now I'm getting tired. I feel my eyes kind of closing. So what I'm about to do is turn on the AC because I had to turn it off because it's loud. Turn on the AC, turn on the fans back again. Go get in the shower, get all minty clean, and get in the bed and just probably go to sleep. Wake up and look and see what content I wanna post. Because I got 5 more days left before the month is over. And we're gonna push and see if we can go viral one more time. Let's get this million. I would like 1,000,000 views. Social media universe, social media gods. At least one more video with 1,000,000 views. Can I get that? Can I get that, please? Can we push that bitch out? Let me get 1,000,000. Let me get 1,000,000 or more. 1,000,000 or more. Let me get that cool 1.3 million video. I'll be happy for the month with that. Give me another one. So far I've had 3 of those videos that hit over 1,000,000. Thankfully, and let me get another one. And this was the cool part about it is one of the videos that did very well on all platforms was on September 11th when I posted about the girl who was the last person pulled out of the rubble on September 11th. And when I saw that story, I said, "Oh, that's gonna be good for that day." And I saved it to post it on that day. And child, that video went crazy on all platforms. Everybody was liking it and sharing it because I guess it was a story that most people hadn't heard, including myself when I first saw it. So it was shared widely by a lot of celebrities and influencers. They was really into it, and I guess it was a feel good story too. So that made people feel good. My son asked me. It was so funny because my son, he got a DM from somebody saying, "Look, my dad sent me your mom's video." So, and my kids know I'm an influencer. They know I've been on YouTube for a long time. They seen me struggling. They see me now, being successful. So he sent me the screenshot of the girl saying this, and then he screenshotted it and put it on his close friend saying, "My mom is officially more famous than me." I said, "You proud of me?" He was like, "Yes, Mom, I'm proud of you. Good job. Keep up the good work." And then he asked me, "Why do you think this video did so well?" And I said, "Because it's a story people hadn't heard." Literally, when you look at viral stories, it's because it's something new that people haven't considered. You think you're going to go viral because you're doing the Chris Brown trend? No, you're not going to go viral for that. Unless you have a weird look or something weird about you, something weird off about you, then you can go viral. But doing something that everybody else is doing is not going to make you stand out. You got to bring something new. You got to tell a new story. So that's why, especially people on Facebook, which is the easiest platform to make money, they're making money because they're lying. They're lying the fuck. They're lying. So and they're just making up scenarios that's outrageous, and then it goes viral. because they have to say something that most people hasn't heard, that hasn't happened to a lot of people. So then that's what makes them go viral. And if you want to go viral, you can do the same damn thing. Who cares? Nobody ain't gonna send you to jail unless you talking about a real person and lying on them. But if you're talking about yourself, I had 3 men at my house last night, and just make up some lie, just make up some shit. That shit could go viral and you could be getting paid. Everybody's on there doing it. And I know because I'm looking for those kind of stories to tell. But if I feel like they're lying, I'm not gonna cover it. It gotta feel truthful to me. If I can tell that it's an influencer, you can tell it's a lie also. Because when you look at the person page and they got like 10,000 followers, 12,000, they just learn how to be a good liar. One girl, she did so well on her regular page, but people started realizing she lying because all her stories was about her. She was like, I. And she couldn't possibly be in all those situations. 1 minute she married, the next minute she dating, the next minute her man live with her, the next minute she a divorced woman. But so she created a whole nother page and built that up too. So now she's getting paid off 2 pages. But the second page just got somebody else's picture and somebody else's name. But I can tell it's her because she shares that girl's stuff also. And the style of the way she tell her stories is the exact same. But I ain't mad at her. Shit, I admire her because she's consistent. And I bet she ain't working for nobody else. I bet she ain't clocking in. I bet ain't nobody can fire her from nothing. She can't get fired because she done figured out how to make this social media money. And once you do too, you could be all right. So it's not as hard as you think. You just gotta try. And the first time and nobody pay attention, don't give up. That's it. It took me more than 10 years on social media to make money to support myself completely. Well, I ain't stressing every month. It took me more than 10 years. But if you want it, you can have it. You can get it. And the best part is having other social media friends too who creating in the space, which is not easy. But thankfully I have one good friend who is also an influencer, and she send me her blooper reels sometimes. Like I be dying laughing. And then we talk about the different ways we trying to get some views. And it's a whole different conversation that I can't have with nobody else. I can't talk about this with nobody because nobody else would get it. And I'm so grateful I met her. Like so glad that she came about in my life at that time when my following was getting bigger. Her following is bigger than mine on some platforms. Some mine are bigger than hers. So we don't ever feel like we're competing. I like to have a little healthy competition. Sometimes I'd be like, and bitch, I'm gonna make more than you. And she'd be like, and yes, you are. And I'd be like, bitch, that's not how you supposed to. No, you're supposed to think. You're supposed to be like, no, you're not. And she's like, and yes, you are. I'm like, bitch, good. Honestly, with her, this social media money is play money. You know what I'm saying? She using the fucking do whatever the fuck she want to do. It's not. It don't affect her her worth. You know what I'm saying? But I like how she makes sure that she has the play money and not be digging into the money she gets from her investments and from all the savings that she had over the years, that she's still willing to work every day so to maintain her lifestyle, where that work money she do is just to maintain her active bills, and all the rest of the stuff is untouched. I just love that. I love watching that, and I can't wait to get to that point too. I will announce before I go. Oh, Charlie say, do you feel comfortable disclosing what the earnings are in a good month? The earnings for me, I talked about it on here in this particular video, what I've seen people make. This month I've seen people be posting their earnings, and this is only from Facebook. I haven't seen people post from TikTok in a while, I guess because I don't be on there as much. But this one girl was posting that she made $4,600 in a month from Facebook. I saw another girl post she made $25,000 from Facebook. If you're asking what I make personally from Facebook, I can say I have not made $25,000, but I have made more than the first girl before. I have made more than the first girl. So so I'm somewhere in between. But that's come with consistency all the time and never stopping, no matter what. Even if you post and you get 2 views, that same video could blow up 2 days later. And I've seen it happen to me. I'd be like, I guess nobody cared. And then the next day, 730,000 views or 70,000 likes. I'm like, God damn, what the hell? Post everything, post everything. So, yeah, I do all right. I do enough where I don't have to stress out about my bills, and I can qualify for an apartment without no cosigner. So that's it. I ain't extravagant, I ain't got no Louis Vuitton, and I wouldn't even buy no Louis Vuitton. Like my friend, she is an influencer for reps, which is replica bags and stuff like that, and shoes, and they just send her like all the stuff that look like regular stuff, but you get it at a discount price, and they just throwing it at her. If you see her closet, it's crazy. It looked like a shoe store. It looked like it's bags upon bags upon bags. And then they put all the stuff in regular bags. So they got like Louis Vuitton. She got Louis Vuitton bags, Chanel bags, just everything, all kind of shoes you can think of, all kind of sneakers and sandals and like her stuff. She sells. And what happens? How she gets paid? She don't get paid like me. She get paid from the person who wants their item promoted. So they'll send her a pair of shoes and give her a check, like an amount. She posts a video, they pay her, and then in the video she say, well, go to this person if you want to order. She don't have to guarantee that they said that she sells anything at all. Long as she posts the video, they pay her. Actually, they pay her before she posts the video. So she says she makes the video, sends it to them so they see it. They're not gonna do anything with the video. They don't have an audience like she does. And when they approve the video, then she posts it. When they approve the video, they pay her, and then she posts the video for them. And then if they want her to post it on their story, they pay a little bit more. If they want her to post it on Instagram and Facebook, they pay a little bit more. So it goes like that. So she got her nice little business going on, and she got all this free stuff, all this stuff that they just throwing out, merchandise, socks. I'd be like, oh, I need some socks. Girl, you just need to go ahead and start selling. I'm like, I'm not going to be standing up there. Look at this jacket. Look at this purse. Look at these earrings. I just feel so weird. I thought about it plenty of times. And I even tried to do it one time. Honestly, I was like, okay, I'm going to try to sell these M&Ms. I did like a practice run with some M&Ms, and I just felt so fake. I think it's like acting. I think it's like acting. If you can do that, you're acting. I just couldn't do it. So we make money different ways, but I make money based on how many views I can get, how many people I can get to watch my videos. And she makes money from the people who trying to sell their merchandise, and she shows it off to her audience. So she's like a shopping influencer, and I'm I guess you can call me, I don't know what to call me. I do trending news and gossip. That's what I do. So we on different sides of the spectrum, but we make about the same, I think. I think last time I told her how much I made, she was like, yeah, I'm coming up on that. Or I think at first I was not as much as she did. And then I started coming up, because my following started getting a little bit better. But one thing I love about her is she gonna like one of my posts. She gonna like every post. Like, it's her fucking job. And when you like a post, when somebody likes one of my posts, all of their followers see it. So she's constantly recommending me to her followers. I love that. I love her having her support, and lending me her audience, and and stuff. And she always comment, always like everything. And with Facebook, you can't see, like I can have like 50,000 likes on a post, but I don't get notifications for all that. I only get notifications when my friends, who are my actual friends on Facebook, like it. And that's very rare. That's very rare. As much, I think I only got like 300 friends on Facebook anyway, but if any one of them were to like one of my videos, I would know. I could see it because they'll notify me. But it could be 70, 100,000 likes. I wouldn't know because they wouldn't notify me for them people, because they're not my friends. So that's why I notice when my friends do. And that's why I really appreciate it. Like my guy friend I went out with named Mark, his husband, his name is Mike. And when me and Mike became friends on Facebook, and Mike started liking my stuff, I always see it, and I always feel like he's cheering for me. And I was just feeling so grateful, like, yay, Mike liked it, he liked it. I don't know, it just made me feel good. Like when my friend told me her mom She said, I'm looking at your likes. I see my mom in your likes. I'm like, your mom is in my, oh my God, I just feel like, yeah, they cheering for me. Like, go T, go T. That's how I feel a like is. Go T, go T. I feel like that. So yeah. Um, Matthew said, I'm sure you feel safe in Chicago, but I heard there's crime there. Yeah, I definitely heard that there's crime here. A lot, lots and lots of crime here. I'm sure that there's crime everywhere, especially in a huge city like this too. And I've seen people in my neighborhood get their car broken into. I talked to one guy. I was just walking down the street, and he was like, "This, I just moved here, and this is my second time in 2 weeks getting my car broken into." And I know that feeling, but what happened is that happened to me in New Orleans. My car got broken into, but because I knew that that could happen, one thing I did was leave my car open. You ain't got to break my window. Like, just open the door. You can get it. So when I got back to my car, I saw that stuff had been moved around. It wasn't nothing for them to take, but I saw that it had been moved around. But they didn't break my window because my car was unlocked. You know, I'll leave it unlocked because, hey, I know you got to do your job. If that's what you got to do, you know, to make ends meet. I can't do nothing about it. That's the skill, you know. So that's one thing I did. But here is, I feel very sad when I see people taping up their windows and putting glass on it. I mean, putting um, kid garbage bags on it and stuff like that. I be feeling really sad, you know, because they be looking sad, like, God damn, you know. So that's why I know if I were to stay in this neighborhood, which is a really good neighborhood, um, I would need off-street parking. I would need off-street parking. But whatever neighborhood I end up in, I'm gonna want some off-street parking because eventually I might get a car, and I want to make sure I got a place for it to go. But yeah, so social media is great. I love this career that I have. It feels so good. I feel so proud of myself and all the hard work paid off over the years. This is good. That rapture day was funny. People was making some funny content about that. That was cool. So, all right, guys, I've been on here for an hour and a half. If you have any other questions, you can ask right now. Forever hold your peace. Well, not forever, because I'm sure I'll come back again whenever I have something else to say. I got some things that's coming up that I'm looking forward to. Like, I got a concert that I'm going to. I got a dinner that I'm going to. I was thinking about this other comedy show to go through and a play. Like, I've been trying to just live my dreams of being a patron of the arts. You know what I'm saying? And I love the artsy people. I'm not one of them, but I love being around them. I love supporting them. I went to this gallery. Can't remember the name of it, but it was on 47th. And when I tell you, it was everything. I felt so happy. It was wine. We can get cocktails and go around looking at all this beautiful art. Oh my God. And then they had a DJ outside. I was out there dancing too. It was all grown people. Everybody looking funky and artsy and good. It was amazing. I put my name on the list so they can email me next time they have that, because I'm going to go back again. Because that was fun. That was a great event. That was a great event. I went to that event the same night I went to karaoke. So I went to that event, came home, changed clothes, and went straight to karaoke. And I was there at karaoke early. And that's why I was the first person to sing. And I was singing, rolling down the street, smoking Indo, sipping on gin and juice, lay back with my mind on my money and my money on my mind. I love that song. Charlie said, you're sick and inspiration for me. Oh, you're such an inspiration for me. I've been watching for a while and have witnessed your journey. It motivates me to keep going so I can start investing. Yeah. Investing in what? Yeah, listen, life gonna go on anyway. So why not just enjoy yourself? Why not just make all your dreams come true? What are you sitting back waiting on? It's nothing else to happen. Like I told you I have a guy friend that I talk to now because he's funny, and I like talking to him. So it's a nice interlude in my days, to see what he got going on, and but sometimes he get on my nerves because he try to paint this picture like I'm missing out on something because I don't have a partner. He's like, you just sitting around there making content and getting old. And bitch, you mad because you can't come and see it in person? What the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Like, damn. I said, but I always have to tell him, but am I complaining? Why you got a problem with it? I'd be like, if you want to talk about what you think I'm missing out on, let's talk about what I've done that most people haven't done. How many people have moved from city to city to city to city to city all around the country by themselves without a 9 to 5 and afford it all? How many people don't have nobody to report to, nobody to fire them? How many people? Why are you talking about what I don't have? Because I ain't got no man and I ain't got all these experiences with dudes and stuff like that. So what? I don't want no dude. It's really not that important to me. It's really not. Maybe you think that's supposed to be important to me because that's what your life revolve around. That's what the women you meet, their life revolve around sucking and I don't need all of that. I've had my share, and it wasn't that amazing. It's nothing I want to repeat again. I don't see the point. So you can't make me feel bad. Stop questioning me like I do. But and the thing about it, I know I sound defensive when I'm talking about to him, but it's just a way of their their culture here in Chicago to be critical. And a man told me that when I first got here, and I'll never forget it. He said, we talk about each other. And he said, but we don't mean no hardcore harm. We don't mean harm like that. We just talk about each other. It's the default is to criticize. They're gonna look at you and they're gonna find something negative to say. And they don't mean nothing. They don't mean like we hate you, bitch. They don't mean that. That's just the way. That's just the way. And I can kind of tell you when I'm talking to this guy, he be trying to tease me, but it's actually kind of insulting, my life choices. I don't feel bad because I may not have had boyfriends and girlfriends and marriages and stuff, but I've done a lot that a lot of people have not done too. But they don't want to talk about that. Nobody don't ever want to talk about that. They don't want to hear the details. How do you do that? They don't never ask about that. They ask about what you have done. Why haven't you had a man? It ain't mandatory. You know what I'm saying? It ain't mandatory. And from what I hear, I ain't missing out on much. But so whatever. But yeah, keep going. Shit. It's not that serious. If you start taking yourself so seriously, you will go further in life. I seen somebody on social media today say, I applied for a job that I knew I wasn't qualified for, but it was paying the amount that I wanted to make. And she said, why I got the job? They need to hire somebody for that job. Might as well be you. I tell my son that all the time. I'm like, everybody got to get their chance to do something. Might as well be you. Go up to that beautiful girl. You think, oh, she ain't gonna like me. She gonna like her. You in your mind, you gonna match her with somebody else. And everybody do that. So she just wants somebody to come talk to her and be kind to her. And if she got a good heart and she not traumatized like I be, you know, she gonna give you a fair chance because she believed that she deserves somebody good. If a woman believes that she deserves somebody good, she's gonna give you a chance. She gonna give you a fair chance because she want good to come in her life too. So sometimes I be wondering is that the reason why I don't be letting nobody in. I think I'll let nobody in because honestly, the alternative of not dating or not having a partner is not bad to me. The alternative of having a partner is not bad. Like if I never have a partner and my life stays just like this, how bad? That's not bad. It's not a bad thing. I'm like, it's not a bad thing. I'm having a blast. I'm doing everything I ever wanted to do. I'm achieving all of my goals. I'm not stressed. I'm not pressured. It was hard before. I think having somebody in your life is way harder than not having somebody in your life. It's harder, especially when you choosing the wrong person, thinking you being a good person, but you really just destroying your own self, by having the wrong people around. And when you stop doing that, you're just peaceful every day. Ain't nothing wrong with that. What about sex? You don't think about sex? I hear that from men. They're like, you don't think about that? No, I don't. I don't. I've had my share. And no, I don't. I mean, not enough to want to do something about it. Like sometimes I want to just talk. Like, that's why I went out there and got on the app to see if I can talk to a guy from Dallas. I mean, not Dallas. This is Chicago. Talk to somebody from Chicago. And I did. And that's where I met. I met this guy. And I think hopefully we'll continue to talk. And I've asked him not to bring up meeting with me and, because it make me feel pressure. And I've already said no. So if he stick to that, then we could be friends. I hope that we can. Because I'm sure he got more holes. He's finer than a motherfucker. This motherfucker so gorgeous. And he got muscles on my chest, on my arms. And he blacker than a bitch. I be like, God damn. I ain't gonna show you his picture. But he look like Morris Chestnut. He look like Morris Chestnut. He fine. But I ain't gotta see him. And talking to him on the phone, he sound like an old man. He sound like he about 70-something years old. So when I be on the phone, I'm like, hey, old man. So it is nice to have somebody calling me and just talk smack. I'm probably gonna call him now. I'm gonna call him and see what he got going on. I'm gonna say good night to y'all. Thank y'all for watching, and I hope y'all watch my videos. Make sure you like. If you see my video on your feed, like it, comment, send it out to all your friends, and let them enjoy it too. Thank y'all so much for coming and hanging out with me. Good night.